If you like that show, just let me know so I don't feel like a complete moron talking about this. What's up, guys? It's Devin Harrington, the average Gen Xer. Welcome back to my channel. On this channel, I talk about stuff that interests me. And today, to be quite honest, I got my heart a little bit broken yesterday. Not terrible, but still a heartbreak. And I thought, what better way to get over my own problems than to head over to the Alexandra Rodriguez subreddit and see what the Queen of Cringe is up to this week. Spoiler alert, nothing! But first, on this channel, I encourage all animal lovers to please consider fostering or volunteering for your local animal shelter. The entire shelter system in the United States is in a massive crisis right now. And a lot of the problem is because there are still tons of backyard breeders and dogs that can't be sold or just don't sell, just get tossed out like trash. These little babies, this is Daphne and Niles, and they were found in a cardboard box by a dumpster. So there's just an immense need for as many animal lovers as possible. So if you want to help solve the world's problems and hang out with animals, please consider fostering or volunteering on site. And now on to Alex. All right, let's get the painful part over with first. So earlier in the week, Alex posted herself doing a lovely little dance in her black dress that she wore for her 5th anniversary, wedding anniversary. It's got copyrighted music, so I'm not going to play the music, but check out these moves. Dogs are barking. Oh my God, the face. Oh my God. I had to watch it a bunch of times. I was like, she cannot be serious. Okay, so Sir Fartslot 98 said, "My eyes, they burn. How does one delete this from their memory bank? Does she truly think she looks hot? This does nothing for her. Even wearing all black, it just makes her stomach look worse. And it's not even how you actually look, Alex. Maybe if you'd count calories or just eat like a normal human being, not an orca whale, you could be this happy with the way you look." This person is not wrong. She looks terrible. She can't dance. Why would you embarrass yourself like this? It's got to be for content, right? For views. It's got to be. I mean, when you watch someone's content and you cannot figure out if it's supposed to be ironic or not, if it's supposed to be a joke, that's probably not a good sign. So the comments on this, Loser Pin Lover had everybody's posting pictures. Spicy Numbers, that's the face she was making. And then we have Resident Sort 8212 with an old picture of Amy Slayton of 1,000 Pound Sisters, which guilty. I have seen all 7 seasons. And I'm so thrilled that all the siblings are looking so good and doing so well. If you like that show, just let me know so I don't feel like a complete moron talking about this. Okay, Spicy Numbers. Try being my size, Amy. You don't know how it is. Different code 9848. That is the real Mrs. Dukers. And if you are unfamiliar, Alex calls her baby son, her adorable 9-month-old son, who looks like a tiny, better version of his father. She calls him Mr. Dukers because he poops a lot. because he's a fucking baby. And she calls him out all the time. And dukes and dukers, and it's just obnoxious. There's just something off about her. And the fact that she has this platform is crazy. Okay, a couple more on this one. Lalbal said she looks ridiculous and the fat is flopping. Stop debasing yourself by acting like a fool. Yes, Alex, you are somebody's mom. You know, like, try to class it up a little bit. Don't you realize that, bar the apocalypse, your son's friends are going to see all this online? I mean, she's just... Negative Tackle 8022 said, I'm telling you, she is her own worst enemy. She hands her stupidity to us on a silver platter. Freak. Oh my God. Truer words never spoken. Any Movie 9699 said, seriously, her brain is fried at this point. This is neither sexy nor funny in the way she maybe thinks it is. She does seem like she seriously thinks it's like a quirky, funny thing. It's embarrassing and cringe in the same way the Star Wars kid was. She's oblivious to how she really comes across to everyone else. And I am not a mental health professional, but I am pretty sure that is a common trait in narcissists. Any Movie 9699 responded, amen. It's insane that Alex truly believes that everyone is jealous, that the only way she can make a living is by humiliating herself online and exploiting everything in her life. Yeah, and I wonder, given that her like to view ratio has gone way down, I wonder if she's got more hate watchers than actual stans. I don't know. Crazy. And does she really think everyone is jealous? Because I've only been watching her since like the life insurance thing. I saw her on Ellen Roberts' channel and I was like, what's up with this chick? And then I got sucked in. But I never have seen her say, oh, you're just jealous. I really wonder, like, does she really think that? I mean, just because she makes a living online, like, not everyone, most people are not interested in vlogging their life because it's complete bullshit. Anyway, let's finish this comment out. Some of us made the effort to learn skills that allow us to have meaningful jobs and live in peace, where we don't have to constantly whore ourselves out to the world for money. The saddest part is that she's not even making that much. Most skilled entry-level jobs easily pay more than she makes now or ever will make again. I wonder what she does make. I think there was someone on here mentioned a site where you can see what YouTubers make. So if anyone knows about that, let me know. But I know for sure she's not making the big bucks like she was when she hit at just that sweet spot, like 2015-ish. This person goes on, I wonder what her plan is for the inevitable day when her revenue dries up so much that she has to find another job, knowing her pea brain. She likely has no plan, just expects Yar will support her. She's in for a shock. Yeah, I am really fascinated. This is like the week of their anniversary. And I am just fascinated by this marriage. Because if you watch their earlier stuff, when he was first around, when she was paying off his student loans and fixing his teeth and et cetera, and moving him into her gorgeous big house in Massachusetts, he was always smiling and happy. And when they got married, he said she was the love of his life. But now he just seems very standoffish, like he just doesn't even want to be around her. And who could blame the man, really? At least he seems to have actual human emotions and really does seem to love his boy. And I'm invested. I gotta know, like, if she's gonna keep vlogging, I gotta see when he's gonna leave. Okay, let's go on to the next post. So, as soon as Alex posted her dance video, of course, the people of Reddit jumped all over that. Successful Flight 58 got creative with it and said, this is what Alex thought the Skims BBL shapewear did for her. And that was one of Alex's videos last week, was raving about this Kim Kardashian Brazilian butt lift shapewear, which we'll get to that. But yeah, it didn't do Alex too many favors. But this is what she thought she looked like. She thought she was hot shit. Okay, Bright Infinity One said, I don't get the difference like any other shapewear. She's insane to think she has any shape. Yes, Alex has a very unfortunate shape. And it's weird because, like, she doesn't really resemble either of her parents. She's like way bigger and way taller than both of them. I don't know. Maybe she's the mailman's child. Critical Rabbit 8686 said, shapewear difference is like when you sit down and your stomach doesn't flop, or smoothing cellulite. It doesn't make people several sizes smaller. And if it did, you would be walking around like a robot, looking like Adam West in his girdle in the old Batman TV show. Standard Girl 8379. And please mind, this is with 2 layers of shapewear and filters. Lol. So Alexandra also posted a clothing haul list this recently. Why? And forgive me for being crass, but I mean, what is this? Is this her stomach here? I don't get it. But every time she wears shorts like this, Reddit has things to say about it. So Vanilla These 9592 said, please size down. I think they mean size, like a bigger size. We love a good camel toe. You are so insufferable. Absolutely. I mean, if you looked in the mirror and you saw that, would you say, yeah, I think I should record myself? And I know Alex goes for the I'm fantastic and wonderful just as I am. I'm perfect. But there's, a line of good taste. I mean, come on, Alex. Come on. All right. PRPLMTTR. Hi, Alex Fatty. Sidebar, Alex mentioned that she was called Allie Fatty in elementary school. So that's why people tend to say that now. Just a reminder that just because it fits your body doesn't mean it's flattering. Exactly. Have y'all noticed that everything she tries on is so cute? She has no real opinion. It is true. It is like the same thing over and over and over again. Karma is that guy said, just because it zips don't mean it fits. Dixie Elanson, it's the same with food. 10 out of 10. Girl, not everything is a 10 out of 10, especially food. Yeah. I really recoil from the way she talks about food. I mean, I use sugar as a drug and have my entire adult life to my great detriment. But I'm not a food person. Like, if I could just live on chocolate protein shakes with peanut butter, I'd be okay with that for a while. If I could just take a pill rather than eat my tofu stir fry. I'm just not a food person. It's bizarre. Anyway, so the way Alex talks about everything, she loves everything, almost everything she makes, but it's always 10 out of 10. Yeah, these things are so tight. Okay, Alfalfa said, if the pocket sticks out like that, they're too small. Sick of the people on her channel saying she looks so cute. No, she isn't, you ass lickers. Standard girl 8379, and the tightness in the bikini line that accentuates her fupa. How delusional you have to be to show this on camera. Exactly. I am so validated, people of Reddit. I am so validated by everyone on this sub. So it must be, because I know she had a tummy tuck, right? So this was gone. This being the curve you can see. And if that is her stomach now, that's just crazy. It's crazy. Okay, moving on. Okay, so here's a couple of pictures from the said clothing haul, and this post is from Spicy Numbers, so thanks to them. It's called Things That Made Me Say What the Fuck in the Latest Haul Video, and there's just some pictures. She did this pink maxi dress that... she did some red shorts that, I mean, would you put this on the internet? Come on. And there's the whole outfit that she wore with it. I'm going to go fast on these. There's the black pants featuring her bent in knees, knock knees, I think that's called. Yeah, the people of the sub are rather fascinated with Alex's feet, not for any nefarious reasons, but because they are very oddly shaped. And I think they're spread like this because of her weight. That would seem to be the logical thing. There was these pants, which are pretty cute, I guess. And we just had to see that. The romper, and they said that face stripes versus rolls, coochie cutters in bright red so Yar can't miss her, titties going every direction, she's a runner, she's a track star, track pants, her missing sixth toe, floral fupa pants. Need I say more? Back view, feeling herself view, black romp him, the ugliest effing belt I've ever seen. Yeah, that was so stupid. Here's the belt. Look at that. And then another, and she's going to be a boy mom. My girl, Kiki Chanel, whose vlogs are fantastic, and she has done a really great video on the whole boy mom thing and boy mom influencers, and it's fucking creepy as hell. You should check her out. I will link her below. She is one of the first YouTubers I ever came across and started watching. This person goes on, need I say more? Ugliest effing belt I've ever seen. Boy mom hat, sigh. What about you guys? Oh, that was great. Toolsdale, something that annoys me is the constant leg pop. I wish you would just stand up straight for fuck's sake. Having one leg out does not have some magic slimming effect on chunky legs. Yeah, that is for sure. I mean, Alex is so square, like a big, wide square, that she has to do something to give some line somewhere. I don't know. That would be my guess. Fluffy Alfalfa, she can't exactly stand up straight because of her knock knees. Oh, yeah, that's true. Yeah. And she has had the knock knees since she was a kid. There's a picture on here somewhere. of her at like, 7 or 8. And she had the knock knees then. So that just cannot bode well for the future. She can't exactly stand up straight because of her knock knees. Maybe she does the leg pop not only to photograph thinner, lol, but to hide her weird knees as well. That's as good of a reason as any, I would imagine. Yeah, here's a leg pop. Critical Rabbit said she looks like Nancy there. Yeah, she kind of does. So as the week went on, a few Redditors were inspired to look through their camera roll, if you will. Karma is That Guy posted this blast from the past, 2022, I think. Yep. Yarman is a lucky guy, and here's our gal in the bathroom, thinking she's real quirky and cute. And Different Substance 21 was kind enough to post a side-by-side comparison of what the floral pants that Alex got really look like. They are not the right size, sweetheart. No, they are not. And then this was interesting. This picture on the left is from 4 years ago, 2021. And then this picture on the right is from this clothing haul, or a recent clothing haul. I think it was this one. That's pretty wild. Yeah, this must have been before the tummy tuck, because you can still see the difference, I think. If I'm wrong, tell me. And then this was quite a comparison too. This picture at the top, look how young she was. This was from 12 years ago. And then this is not a recent picture, is it? I don't know. Does anyone recognize this? It looks like a couple of years old to me. And then Obscure TV Quote posted this, and this is pretty crazy. So here's Yar. This is from a couple of years ago, at least. Here he is. And the post is called Look at Yar Bubba in the Booth versus Mama Dukers. So just note how much space is around him. And then here's Alex. And wow. So if you just happen to stumble into this corner of the internet, the reason that I make content like this and so many people react to Alex's stuff is because she is driving so many women crazy, and possibly some men too, you never know, because of the filters and her lying about the filters and her, photoshopping her pictures on Instagram, and then you catch a glimpse of her in a reflection in a window, and that's not the same person. And that is very, it's straight up gaslighting. Like, it feels like gaslighting to me. Okay, so Alex said that they went out for their 5-year wedding anniversary. She wore the black dress. She really was feeling herself that night. And she said they decided together no gifts and no romantic dinner. All she showed in her video was this 3-second clip. I see many glasses for supposedly 2 people. I think it was dinner with Yar's friends and maybe that's why she was acting manic and so insecure. Very sad life. And that's from Live Demand 7459, if I didn't say that earlier. Mandy 024 said, clearly not a fancy restaurant if they're giving bottles of soda out. Far Structure 9013 said they're probably at the Cranston Mall food court. Satin Mars, LOL, y'all are savage. It probably tracks, as she said they aren't fancy restaurant kind of people. Has she really said that? God, that's kind of wacky. Galeta Crujiente how are they going to be that type of people? A fancy restaurant couldn't cater to their ridiculously bland palates. What were they going to order? Tater tot casserole, but garnished? Or maybe that disgusting shit she does with the chicken she was eating after her gastric bypass? So I don't know if this post was after their anniversary dinner. I'm not sure. But Alex apparently had fried fish and chips, I think. And so Few Classroom 747 posted, Mama Dukers has the sads because Yar would rather mow the lawn instead of plowing her field. Yar sure has been doing a lot of lawn mowing lately. All of a sudden, he's Forrest Gump on a snapper mower every night. Alex wanted to act up and just get her bush tended to, but unfortunately for the Mama Duke, Yar prefers to touch grass. That is very, very nice. Lobster Little 2358. She always sounds uneducated. He's doing lawn mowing? The way she speaks makes my skin crawl. Poor baby doesn't have a shot. How educated can you be, though, when you come from the school of Nasty Nancy? Go ahead, Fatty Alley. Act like your mother's daughter, uneducated and useless. Guarantee if someone challenged her, she would back down. To her, I'm sure the way ice is made is fascinating. Equivalent routine 53, like when he's at Army. Yeah, she does have a distinct, kind of odd way of saying certain things. Lobster Little replied, oh my God, this one. Also, she would never say, I'm pregnant. It was always, I did this or that for pregnancy, which I thought was weird, but also telling. Two Scallions commented, uneducated, ignorant, low IQ, yet knows the most and won't take any advice. She scoffed at the idea that Disney might have or sell fresh fruit. Literally scoffed and said she doubted Disney sells fruit. Nah, babe, you're wrong. Again, as usual, Disney always has and always will sell fruit. It's just not what she's looking for when she goes, so she never noticed. Healthier food options at Disney, fresh fruit or gasp, vegetable choices even, Mama Dukers would never. I just love how she outright dismissed the thought of it as so unlikely since she's such a wealth of knowledge and information. Big Duke is a special kind of dumb. And the sub is really running with the whole Dukers nickname. They're just going to keep calling her that until she stops calling her baby Mr. Dukers. The fuck? His first nickname. And I'm just going to leave this right here for you. Alexandra's daddy has written a piece for medium.com called Turning 60, A New Beginning, The Journey of Roger Thomas by Roger Thomas. On Father's Day, Sunday, Alex wished Yar a happy first Father's Day, and Alex actually showed her baby's face. I'm always reassured a little bit every time I see him with his baby because he really does genuinely, it's amazing what a picture can tell you, but you can just feel it that he really loves his baby. But Alexandra said, happy first Father's Day to the love of my life and the best father to Anderson. We love you so much. Unhealthy Bubba commented, at Grandma Fearless, that's Nancy, Alex's mother, I think. Skinny clothes are having a meltdown trying to fit Big Bubba, and ex-hubby is so digital. He's a searchable pedo. I really don't even know what the hell that means, but she's got to be referring to Roger. So Alexandra had shown Anderson's face. The person who posted the previous post covered it up. But Move Suspicious said, well, first, Thomas Smiles 4 commented, so much for protecting his privacy, because that's all we've heard since the baby was born. He's not going to be shown. We're not going to show his face. And you just have gradually seen more and more and more of his face. And then Grandma Fearless, Nancy, commented, "Shut the fuck up." So Move Suspicious said, "No, Nancy, how about you shut the fuck up on behalf of all of us in this subreddit?" And then this is the last thing we'll say about Father's Day. Professional Left posted this before she deletes this. It's a comment on Alex's Instagram post for Father's Day. And Michelle Riley said, "Not tagging your husband, father of your child? This is a bit wild. Considering this was a tribute to Father's Day, did you call your grapist daddy?" Yikes. Okay, so closing out the week, Advanced Diver shared this post, "What'd she do with his toesies?" This is a close-up of Anderson's little foot, and it just looks very swollen, like as if this is too tight. And people are always telling Alex, "You're putting clothes that are too small for him," because she wears clothes that are too small for her. So I don't get it, but that is kind of alarming. And so some comments on this one. Sir Fartslot said, "I feel like it looks like his toes are all curling downwards. That's why it looks weird. Probably because he's in a constant state of being tense or floppy. No in between. I'm sure he's still being swaddled, and that's a big part of it, because if he was in a deep sleep sack or anything like that, she would be linking it on her storefront." Wow, I hope she's not swaddling him. He's going on 10 months old. Cheerio72, "She never links outfits for him either. So weird when she literally links pasta sauce." Yes, she links her ingredients in her dinner. Zinem2, "This is why he needs to get checked out. He oftentimes throws himself back about halfway to the point of toppling over." Yes, I'm sure if you follow the Alex saga, you have seen footage of the baby throwing himself back, and Alex saying, "Oh, this kid loves to throw himself backwards." No, he doesn't love it. There's something going on there medically, or he's delayed. I mean, he's definitely delayed. She goes on, "To the point of toppling over when he's held, and he flexes his feet and toes at the same time, like it's a spasm. It's atypical and could indicate something serious is going on. The sooner he gets assessed, the better. And no, he isn't sitting up on his own. Alex is propping him up with her knee or her foot, or holding him steady, and then releasing to snap a quick picture." Wow. She's manipulating what we see now that she has been called out on her shitty parenting and his obvious delays. He isn't close to crawling. Yeah, he's almost 10 months old, and he's not crawling yet, because she has kept him on his back in that baby carrier car seat thing. He isn't close to crawling like she's claiming. No child with his kind of lower body weakness can crawl. Crawling is essential for helping both hemispheres of the brain to develop. He's getting further and further behind. Being ignored or going undetected despite obvious signs of issues. We really don't know if Al is attending these appointments. She did last time, but it seemed to be her first time. She definitely did not attend his vaccination schedule appointments because she couldn't handle it. What? So she went shopping, spinning it that Anderson is doing fantastic in her delusional mind. Everything is perfect, and she will do everything within her power to maintain control, even if it means lying and exaggerating about her son's health. I don't see her admitting to a doctor that her child is doing these types of things, like flailing back, bobbing his head, extending his feet and toes. Well, I mean, shouldn't they have a tablet that they hand you with a thing on it that says, "Does he have any of these symptoms?" I would I would almost expect that 100%. I don't see her admitting it to a doctor. Not rolling or showing signs of wanting to crawl or stand. Her personality disorder, NPD, according to this person, will dictate that she present an image of perfection. Yeah, if she is on the narcissist spectrum, then first of all, HG Tutor, good God, man, please, I beg of you, please do a study on Alex to set my mind at ease, please. HG Tutor is someone who he's a content creator that makes helpful content on narcissists and narcissism, and you should check him out. Okay, they go on. It's all about image, ego, yeah, the facade management with a narcissist like Alex. Remember how outraged she was when her BMI was brought up and she was told if she gained another 10 pounds, she would have to change clinics? She took that personally and became enraged and said it was discrimination and fat phobia. She had no regard for the health of her baby. It was all about her. Same thing with this issue of developmental delays. She isn't going to want to admit there's a problem, and she's very likely to lie and downplay what's truly going on because she fears it will expose her or threaten her sense of control. Hopefully, a pediatrician will start to pick up on what's going on now that it's becoming more obvious. But she could also counter their concern with lies that he is achieving his milestones on schedule. Yikes. Oh, God. Okay, Alfalfa. Does she have a Yas Queen pediatrician? Any decent doctor should be able to pick up on certain things. Advanced Diver. God help her if there's something significantly abnormal. She could never cope, ever. Yeah, that's frightening. And you always rolling the dice. Zim 2. Let's hope so, but nothing seems to be done so far. Zim2 commented, let's hope so, but nothing seems to be being done so far. I'm sure she has lied in order to make sure she comes across as an excellent mother. Alex isn't the type to admit that her child has a problem to anyone, including a doctor. I mean, she only recently said he had colic, but that was after months of acting like everything was fine. Yep. Eventually, she'll have to admit something. If it becomes too obvious, then I'm sure she'll play the victim, which is her favorite go-to tactic to get sympathy for herself. Yes, a lot of people that have babies of their own have chimed in on here and said, you know, their baby is the same age as Anderson. He's already pulling himself up on stuff and cruising on furniture, I think they call it, where they hold on to the furniture. Anyway, that'll be our last comment. And that is what I have for you today, guys. That is the week that was on the Alexandra Rodriguez subreddit. If you like this video, please like it. Please subscribe to the channel. It really does help. And I would love to hear from you in the comments. If you are a follower of the Alex saga and want to see what is going to happen, please let me know what you think. And I will see you guys in the next video. Thank you so much.